So today we are going to be looking at crypto analysis and evaluation. Now, to begin this topic, as a beginner, you must understand that every project in the crypto space, every coin in the crypto space represents a project. All right. So it is always advisable for you to do a quick analysis on the cryptocurrency, irrespective of the hype or the name, before you put a dime on it. So in this session, we're going to be taking you through some basic technique that you can use to actually generate some insights from every crypto project to be able to know if you can invest in such projects or not, and also help you to be able to spot red flags. So let's go. Let's dive in. Let's go to a very crypto viewing platform like CoinMarketCap, for instance. All right. So if you're a beginner and you don't know what CoinMarketCap is, CoinMarketCap is one of the major websites that helps us to have an overview of the entire crypto market in terms of the number of cryptocurrencies that has been created, okay, and also the number of exchanges that are available, and also the entire market capitalization of the crypto space, as well as so many other important factors like BTC dominance, which plays a major role in terms of how the crypto market is controlled by Bitcoin, right, as the mother cryptocurrency. So many other features is what you're going to find here on CoinMarketCap. But today, we want to also use it to carry out basic crypto analysis, right? So today, we're going to be looking at, let's assume that a friend sends you a particular coin and said, okay, go buy, let's use AXS token, for instance. This token made headlines some 4 years ago. Okay, I'm talking about Australian Shepherd. For those who are new to the crypto space, you might not understand. But for some of us who have been in the space for quite some time, we've seen a whole lot of coins make headlines and later go back into extinction without nobody, even knowing what they are doing at the moment. Okay. So Australian Safe Shepherd was, one of those good coins that made headlines 4 years ago. Okay. In fact, a very popular crypto person bought over if I'm not mistaken, bought over 5 billion worth of this, and it was published on social media. So a lot of people jumped on to Australian Safe Shepherd. Now let's take a little analysis. Now, if I tell you to go and buy Australian Shepherd, okay, no matter what they tell you, somebody might tell you, okay, Australian Shepherd is going to do very well, go and buy it. So the question is, why should you buy Australian Shepherd? Is it advisable to buy or not, right? So irrespective of the cryptocurrency, always do your basic research, okay? So now, the first thing you need to look at is Australian Shepherd. Okay, it is on CoinMarketCap. That means it's been, it's listed on CoinMarketCap. Those are the first thing you need to look at, okay? If it is listed on CoinMarketCap and you have opened the Australian Shepherd by using the initials ASS, all right, you first of all have to ask yourself, all right, so what is this project all about? As a beginner, what is this project all about? To get a view of the project, you need to go to their website. Another thing you must also look out for in any project is, do they have a white paper? Because every cryptocurrency is a project, and every project is supposed to have a white paper. All right, a white paper that shows more in depth in terms of the architectural design of the project and what it intends to achieve, both in the short time, mid time, and in the long term. You tend to see a more, robust understanding, okay, or a more robust information, okay, about a particular project in its stamp paper or in its white paper. So this project doesn't have a white paper, all right? For me, knowing what I know now, okay, for not having a white paper, it tells me it's already a weakness for me. All right, I've already started. For me, it's a red flag All right, very big red flag, because I believe that a project that made headlines should be able to have a white paper. Because if there's a white paper, it tells me that there's a strong team behind it and they are actually building. All right, it's not all about just launching a token and deploying it on the blockchain. It's what makes a coin valuable over time is the team, okay, that is building behind the scene. So the white paper is what defines that a project is what being built by a strong team. Okay, so let's there's no white paper. That is red flag, one red flag already. No white paper. Okay, so since there is no white paper, let's go to the website and go look at it. So let's look at what ASS is. So ASS is briefly Australian Safe Shepherd, just slam it. Okay, so what else? There is nothing else on this website. This is looking more like a meme coin, because if you check closely, what you have here is NFT, Telegram. Okay, let's look at NFT and see what they have right there. Okay, it has been listed on OpenSea if you want to buy, ASS NFTs. Okay, so they have they've listed some of their NFTs related to the perhaps Asian Safe Shepherd. All right, Australian Safe Shepherd, sorry. So as far as this project is concerned, remember the first red flag I saw was that they didn't have a white paper. And I was just saying that without them having a white paper, it is already a red flag for me. It means that nothing is being built behind the scene. All right. So I already, minus 20% from my rating on the project. Now we'll look at the website. Okay. And all we are seeing here is just, where they've marketed it, because I mean they paid all this news media. I told you 4 years ago this really made a lot of headlines. So they paid all this media, Bloomberg, Forbes, Yahoo Finance. They paid them to talk about the project. All right. Now after doing that, what else? Okay, they practically have not done anything more than showing you how to buy it, showing you different, even CoinMarketCap, CoinGecko, BSC Scan. Some of these platforms, they also pay some money to be able to get listed. So they've practically done nothing than just telling you to buy, buy, buy. Why should you buy? There is no, conviction here on why anyone should buy this. Okay, so these are part of the things you need to look out for as a beginner before you buy any token. Now let's go look at some other things. Let's leave the website because there's nothing there. So now the next thing is the market capitalization of this project is currently $6.8 million, right? And then the volume traded so far in the last 24 hours is just $2,500, roughly $2,600. That is very, very low. This shows you that this project does not have a huge, demand, right? Not many people are interacting with this project. Okay. Now, what is the maximum supply? 10. Wow. I don't even know how to pronounce this, but this is more than this is pentallion. I don't know. This is a huge number, from billion to zillion. I don't know. This is a very huge number. I'm sorry. I don't know. I mean, this is too much. Okay. So that aside, we've seen the website. Let's also go to the socials. Okay. You go to the socials and check if they have a community, right? You click on Twitter and see sometimes if they have a community, they might have been receiving responses or queries from the community asking them what they intend to do. You can see for yourself, you can see that they haven't posted in a long while. Okay, although they were able to gather a community of about 53,000 plus. Okay, look at the one of the posts that is pinned here. Sometime in 2021, this was when they did a lot of campaign for this project, right? And after then, I think they posted something on the 12th of February saying that something is happening, but they didn't indicate anything. This was January 30th of 2023. He said, lest we forget, the greatest coin roadmap of all time. Honestly, they practically have nothing to show than just, you know, So as you can see, they practically have nothing to show, nothing to show. Okay, all their posts are almost 3 to 4 years long. In an active project, it's like every week you'll tend to see new innovations, new partnership, new collaborations with other, big crypto projects, big community, building their community, launching new applications. There's a whole lot of stuff. So in this case, this project is just dry. There is nothing there. So now, after looking at that, after looking at the socials, which is nothing to write home about, okay, the next thing is to go to the contract. Now, let's pick the contract address. This is the contract. This is its identity on the Binance Smart Chain where it was deployed 4 years ago, right? So if we click on this contract, all right, and we can click on this Explorer and go to BSC, bscscan.com. This is Binance blockchain. So every transaction you do on the Binance network will go through this blockchain. And the fees you're going to pay it using what? BNB. All right. So let's quickly look at this token again. You can see the maximum supply. It's about, I don't know how to pronounce this. It's too long. Okay. Sorry. Forgive me. So they're about 303,374 holders. All right. Now, there's been over 1.2 million transfers, no doubt. Okay. So when you look at the project, you can see that the activities on this particular project is not that very much. Okay, so let's go to the holders. Another thing you must look out for when you're analyzing projects, you can do this on virtually every blockchain, not just on Binance Smart Chain. We're just using Binance Smart Chain as an example, in this particular session. Okay, so we look at the holders, all right, to see how the holders are distributed. All right. So if you look at these holders now, you will see that this particular contract address, okay, which is the contract deployment address, all right, on PancakeSwap, okay, is holding about 63.49% of this entire ARS token, right? Followed by MEX 13, which is holding about 4.57%. All right. Now, this is an individual address, which I'm sure is one of the top, creators or the top team members of this project. This person is holding about 3.76%. So when you look at a project like this, okay, although this particular tokens here might have been kept there for maybe exchange listing, or if they are deploying, staking, what they will use as staking rewards. But whatever it is, they have control of over 63% of this token. So what it means is that if they decide to sell just 10% of their holdings, right, the price of this token is going to go it's going to drop massively. So when you see a project that has a high number of percentage concentrated on a particular wallet or a particular contract without being evenly distributed to very tiny percentages, it spells a very big red flag. Okay, it becomes something of concern, because if one particular group of people or person has this volume, has access to this volume, and they decide to dump it on the community, the price of the token will go to zero. Now, when you look at this project, I think we've done, this is a contract which was deployed for this particular project. Okay, this is a contract. This is written in Solidity or something. Let me see. Yes, it is written with Solidity smart contract. Okay, so Solidity was used in writing this project. Okay, but you don't need this as a beginner. You won't really need that. Okay, so you just focus on looking at the holders, then you look at the analytics. Okay, the analytics tells you the progress of this particular coin, and you can see that there's been practically nothing happening. Since 2021 up till now, you can see the graph yourself is being at a very low. So looking at all the analysis we've done for this particular project, you can agree with me that this is a no. You don't invest in this project. Now, how did we begin our analysis? Don't forget, we begin by doing what? By going to the, to search for this particular coin, ASS, which we use as an example. And then we looked at the website. Okay, we looked at the social, there's practically nothing to write about. And now we've looked at the contract using this BSC scan where it was deployed, and we are also seeing a couple of red flags. So after seeing this, there is no way I am going to invest in this particular project, except if they begin to introduce, more additional concepts in their project. Okay, maybe they, for instance, we see that maybe they've partnered with another company, or they've, started introducing other additional, applications or other additional services on their platform and also on their website. Okay, then we will know that they've started working. Okay, but as it is now, the project members or the dev team or the project management team of this particular project, this particular Australian Shepherd project, are practically doing nothing. And if you buy this kind of coin, you might have to wait forever. Okay, imagine since 2021, you can see the all-time high was in May 12th of 2021. That's about 4 years ago. Okay, it went to this price. Now, between May 2021, okay, to yes. So between this all-time high, okay, with respect to 2021, May 2021, up till today, it has dropped by what? Minus 99.14%. All right. So this tells you that since this 2021, after the initial campaign was made, they haven't done anything. So this is more like a pump and dump coin. All right. Or a dump. Sorry, this is not a coin. This is a token. Okay. Because it is running on another blockchain. All right. So this is how you do your basic analysis. All right. So as a beginner, before you invest in any crypto project, always look out for it. Always do your basic analysis. Now, what happens if this particular coin is not listed on CoinMarketCap or CoinGecko or any of the public platforms like this? How do you check if they are reliable or not? Okay, so let me quickly show you that. We'll pick a coin as an example, and then we show you how to do that for coins that are not listed here. Okay, because the process of developing the process of developing a coin is this: after the coin has been deployed using any of the language that is, any of the programming languages or algorithms, okay? Now, the team behind it, they will create the user interface where they will link the API for users to be able to interact, like buying and selling of the coin. And then they will approach CoinMarketCap or other platforms like CoinGecko to get it listed so that the global audience can have a view of that coin. So some coins, maybe they've not gotten the approval to be listed here. How do you analyze such coin? So let's look at it. We're going to pick a token known as GAT. Okay, GAT is a new project. Let me write the name on the board here. Okay, so GAT is a new project that a friend introduced to me a couple of weeks ago. Okay, so one sec. So this is GAT, G-A-T. Okay, it was called Global Access Token. Global Access, is it token? Okay. All right. So we're going to be looking at GAT as a, as a token to see how we can analyze this. Now, if you check CoinMarketCap, you'll see that GAT has not been listed here. Neither is it listed on any other public platform yet. Okay. If you check, you see what you're seeing here is Gather. Gather is not, what we are looking at. This is Global Award Token. This is, so I have this friend who keeps sending me this particular, message, okay, about a token, known as GAT. He claimed that it's a new project, it's a good project that is going to do wonders in the crypto space, blah, 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 and all that. So being someone that is well experienced in this space, I don't just invest, I just have to do my basic evaluation of the token, okay, to be sure that truly this is actually worth it. Okay. So as a beginner, you also need to do the same. So, but since this is a new project, I'm very certain it is not on CoinMarketCap yet. But let's go check. Like we've checked earlier, but we can still recheck again. But this project does not exist in CoinMarketCap. Okay, so there is nothing like global access tech on CoinMarketCap, even on CoinGecko. So when a token like when a message like this is sent to you, all right, they would always they will always add the contract address. Okay, this contract address is the identity of this token on the blockchain where it is deployed. Okay, they will always add this. Now, by virtue of me seeing the contract address on this message, I know that it is not in public view yet. It is not in CoinMarketCap yet, because if it was in CoinMarketCap or in any other public view channel, okay, they wouldn't have to include the contract address. They just have to maybe send you a link that will refer you, so you can now copy the link, the contract address yourself, on their website. I don't even think they have a website here, but let's go look at this token and see if it is something that is worth investing in. So I'm going to highlight this contract and copy it. And now I have to go to decentralized platforms to go check about this particular project, since I can't find it on centralized platforms. It is not listed on any exchange yet. It is not listed on any exchange yet. Okay, neither is it listed on CoinMarketCap. Okay, so what do? The first thing I need to do is to do my basic analysis, just like I did on Asian Shepherd. So in this case, I'm going to use a platform known as DexTool. DexTool is a major decentralized platform that helps you to be able to analyze decentralized projects and even buy and sell any other project in a decentralized manner. Okay, so if you want to buy or sell any project here, you just have to click on connect. Once you click on connect, okay, it will guide you through the two steps. It will guide you through the steps of connecting your wallet, which can be your MetaMask, your Phantom wallet, your Kepler, any kind of Web3 wallet. Once you are connected, you can buy and you can sell. Okay, so this token I'm about to analyze, if it is a good token, I can decide to connect my MetaMask, okay, to this platform and buy right away. I can also decide to buy from my Phantom wallet if it's a good token by connecting my Phantom wallet, okay, to this particular website. But the first question is, should we buy or should we not buy? Okay. All right. So let's dive in. So I'm going to paste that contract address. If you look closely here, you will see that this is where it's asking you to do what? Paste the contract address, the symbol, or the name. If I just type GAT, for instance, if I type GAT here, there's so many GATs that you don't even know which one is which. Okay, because people can create one particular original token can be recreated. The fake can be recreated by 1,000 times. Okay, so that is why you need to work with the contract address. The contract address is the identity of the token on the blockchain. That is what the blockchain understands in this aspect of things, in a decentralized aspect of things. Okay, so let's paste that contract which I copied. So after pasting it, it's going to bring out for me everything that is associated with what? With GAT token. So I want to review this token sent to me by my friend. All right. This is a personal review. All right. And we're going to see together if it still makes sense for you to buy. Wow, we can go ahead. Okay. But let's look at it. So now we click on it. Now it shows us a couple of charts. You can see before I come to the chart, let's quickly look at some things here. Okay. Now, the market cap currently is $1.35 million. The market capitalization is the dollar volume, the buy and sell volume, the entire worth of this project in terms of buy and sell that has happened on this particular token is $1.37 million. Now, what about the liquidity? The liquidity here is about $1,700. That is very, very low. Very, very low. Now, there are about 79 holders, and the the total supply of this coin is 150K. Now, I'm going to show you the implications of total supply of a coin and how it determines what the value will be in terms of the price. But let's just follow up with what we're doing. So the total supply here is 150,000. Okay. Now the 24 hours volume, that is the amount that have been traded on this token, is just $177. So without anybody telling me, I already know that this token or this, we're going to see if it's a project yet or not. This particular token is a new token. In fact, if you want to see when it was created, you can go to DEX2 and see all that. But not a problem. We'll see that in a short while. The community trust is still 27/99. These are all, red flags, kind of. Okay. But let's proceed. The buying tax. You need to look at the buying tax. The buying tax of this token is about 6%, which means if I want to buy this token, 6% of my money will be taken as tax, which is extremely high, right? What if I want to sell it? If I buy this token and I want to sell it, it means that from this, based on what the contract developer has programmed, all right, you will be charged, I will be charged between 0% to 30%, which is a very huge amount. So if you make $10 from this project, almost about 3 point something dollars or $3 will be taken, imagine that in a bigger amount. So this buy tax is a no-no. The sell tax is also a no-no. The community trust level is very, very low. All right. Let's look at some other things here. Let's look at less info, more info. Okay, so this is what we'll find out so far about this new token. And let's see, in terms of the trading, let's see what is the, how is the liquidity like, right? You can see here, so far, today is 4th of April. So far today, only about $9, $18 have been bought, worth of a GAT. All right. So there is no much liquidity yet. Okay. Now let's look at this project. Do they have a website? Let's look at if they have a website, right? So to look at that, you can simply check here. This is where the website is supposed to be. If the website has been created, this website is supposed to be here. There's no website. There is no community yet. Okay. We only have a view on Binance Smart Chain. And as you can see here, with this kind of token, with what we've looked so far, you will see that this token is not public yet. It's just within a circle of people who have been buying some small amounts, just to keep it going. And even at that, some people have started selling. You can see there is a retracement here, okay, which means somebody sold. When somebody sold, you see all these red candles appear. The more they sell, the more the candles will drop, and the more the price will also drop. Okay, someone has sold this token, and even by the time they sell, it will be difficult for them to even sell because the liquidity here is like $1,700, right? So you can't even sell even if you buy this token at the moment. Even if you bought, you can't sell except to sell tiny amounts. Like let's look at how much this person sold. $9 here, $9 here, $10. These are the kind of amounts you can be able to sell because the liquidity of this project is very low. Okay, so as a beginner, when you look at all these things, these are red flags that you should not take lightly. Okay, although the project team might be trying to fix all this, maybe for instance, maybe they are working on their website or a good user interface, which they're going to later link here, or they are also trying to build their community. But building a community, it's not something that should be difficult. They should have a presence in maybe Twitter or Facebook or Instagram or Telegram, to show that they are really talking about the project. But this project does not have a community. Okay, these are red flags. So now, having seen all these red flags, let's go to the BSC network, which is the network where it is deployed. Don't forget, this token is deployed on what? BNB chain. So let's go simply click here and view the contract. Let's go look at some other things on the contract and see if we can find other red flags in it. Okay, so this is the contract. The maximum supply here is 150,000 GAT. There's about 79 orders, which is very small, We'll look at the, holders now. Okay, how is this coin distributed among the holders? Wow. Wow. So as you can see here, the contract address is holding 91.9%, right? This particular address, which I know is likely the address of one of the key owners, is holding 4.41%. Then these ones that you see here is also a major owner in the project. It's also holding 0.98%. Then the rest might be, so the rest is some of the buyers who have bought 300 GAT, 303 GAT. This person bought 173. So these are people who have bought the token, right? Okay, so when you look at a project that is, allocated like this 91 point something percent here, although part of this token might be for promotion, it might be to be used for lending if they're going to have a lending platform, it could be to be used for exchange if they're going to be listed on exchanges, but it does not change the fact that somebody has access to this wallet and he is holding 91%, 91.9% of the entire token of the project. So this is a red flag for me. It's a personal opinion. You can have your own opinion, but this is, for me, it's a red flag because whoever has access to this token, if everybody buys, like if they get more liquidity, okay, he can decide to sell 5% or 10%. Or even 20% of his holdings, and that is going to drive the price to zero. So projects like these that have high percentage of allocation concentrated on a particular wallet begins to smell a red flag, okay? So these are the kind of projects, in my opinion, you should avoid or simply sit by the side, monitor the progress of the project. That is if they have a website. If they have a website or a community, you can sit aside, monitor the progress, check these allocations and see if it is being evenly distributed, follow them on social media, try to know who is behind the project, and what their white paper is talking about. That is if they eventually have a white paper in the future. Okay, but as it stands now, this project really have nothing to impress me to want to put a dime on it. So the essence of this training is to guide you as a beginner in order for you to stop falling for scams and also stop falling for wrong posts on the blockchain. Okay, so you need to take these things very, very seriously as a beginner. So if you do your basic checks like this, remember, you can do this not just on BSC network, you can do it on Ethereum network. You can, check these same features on the blockchain. The blockchain is absolutely very transparent, and you can do your analysis, do your evaluation before you put a dime in any project in the crypto space. It will save you your hard-earned money. Now, to round up this session, I want to show us the relationship between some certain terms that I've talked about earlier, which I didn't go deeper into. Now, some of those terms are coin market cap. What do you mean by coin market cap? You're going to be seeing these terms as many times as possible as you interact with the crypto space. So coin market cap, for instance, is what? You can look at the caption here. It said it is the total market value of what? Of a cryptocurrency circulating supply. That is it is analogous, that is, it is synonymous to the free floating capitalization in the stock market. So this is the total value of the cryptocurrencies circulating supply. So now in this case, the circulating supply here, okay, there is no circulating supply on this token, but let's go to a token that has circulating supply. Let's use BNB as an example. If you open BNB, we should be able to see a lot of stuff. We're going to go back to ASS to do something. All right. So now you can see that for BNB, the total supply for BNB is 142.47 million BNB, right? The circulating supply is what? 142.47 million BNB, which means that all the entire BNBs have been what? Have been mined So because BNB is a proof of stake algorithm, we can say that all the BNBs, all the entire BNBs, okay, has been mined already. So as it stands now, BNB will be able to validate more transactions using its staked, its stake on the network. Okay, so that is a bit deeper for a beginner, but just understand that. So now, CoinMarketCap represents the entire value of the market of the value of the circulating supply of the token. So it is the dollar value. So what this is telling me is that, the buying and sell volume of BNB, the entire worth of BNB, okay? So the entire worth of BNB is 84.72 billion, okay? $84.72 billion. So the volume of the buys and the sells of the entire circulating supply. Now, this supply you see here is already circulating because some people are holding it on the exchange, some have staked it on the BNB network, some are holding it on their private network, irrespective of where these BNBs are stored. The entire dollar value of it, okay, as of now is 84.7 billion. So the market cap tells us the entire market value. So we can confidently say that BNB which is sitting on number 5 on CoinMarketCap in terms of market capitalization, is worth 84.71 billion. That is the value, that is the worth of BNB. And that is huge. Okay. So now, how did they arrive at this price? All right. If you look closely here, you will see that there is a calculation here that says that market cap, okay, is equal to what? The current price multiplied by circulating supply. Okay, so let's go do that in our whiteboard. Okay, the market cap, again, is equal to the current price times the circulating supply. So let's go to our note, and see if we can get that. One sec. So now, how do we calculate the price of a particular cryptocurrency? How do they arrive at the price? Okay, the price of a particular cryptocurrency, okay, is equal to the market capitalization, which I will represent as MCAP, divided by the circulating supply. Don't forget that the market cap is a representation, is the total value of what? Of the circulating supply of the coin. It is the value of the total coin in circulation. Okay, just like we discussed earlier. So this is the price here. To determine the price, we are going to divide the market capitalization, all right, divided by the circulating supply. So let's go take an example of BNB, for instance. What is the market capitalization of BNB? Okay, so the market capitalization, like we have seen here, is 84 billion, okay? This price is 84.81 billion, okay? Which is 84 billion 801 million, right? So this is 84 billion 801 million divided by this circulating supply, which is 142 million 470,000, right? That is what it means. 470,403. Okay, so let's go do that math and see how they arrived at the current price of BNB. So now the market cap, like we saw there, is 84.81 billion divided by the circulating supply, which is 142.47. So if you do your maths with your calculator, let's see what we are going to get. 84 billion 801 million. All right. Divided by 142 million 471,000 403. All right. Okay. I'm going to write these values down so you can understand. So this one can be written like this. 84. Let me raise this up. This can be written as 84 billion 810, then 0 into 6. Okay. Divided by 142 million 471,403. So if you divide this market capitalization of BNB, divide it by the circulating supply, you are going to get 595.2, or roughly approximately 0.3. So this is how they arrived at the price, the current price of BNB, okay, by dividing the market capitalization, dividing it by the what? The value of the circulating supply. Okay, so if you go back and check now on the website, so you can see the price of BNB is sitting at what? 595,000.78. So this is how they arrived at the price. So what this simply means is that as more people begin to buy BNB, all right, the market capitalization is going to increase. And as it increases, the price of BNB will continue to what? Increase. As less people begin to sell off BNB, the market capitalization will begin to reduce. And as it reduces, that is how the price of BNB will continue to what? Reduce. Now, in terms of the maximum supply, now the maximum supply plays a major role, all right, in determining the price of a particular coin or token, all right? If the maximum supply was to be smaller, if it was to be like 20 million, just like Bitcoin, what would the price of BNB look like? So let's go to our dashboard. Let's go to our notebook and do that maths. All right. Let's clean off this one. Let's clean some things here. This, for instance. Okay. So what we are saying now is, let's leave the market capitalization, okay, and change this circulating supply to like 20 million as an example, okay? So let's assume that this is 20 million. For the circulating supply or the total supply of BNB. Let's assume that it is 20 million and not 147 million. Let's see what the current price would have been. So you just divide this value, 84 billion, 810 million. You divide it by 20 million. That will give you a price of 4,240.5. So 1 BNB would have been what? 4,240.5 for 1 BNB, right? Had it been when they were designing BNB, they created only 20 million. Had it been they created only 20 million, which has been fully mined as a circulating which is currently in circulation. Had it been BNB's total supply was 20 million, right? At a market cap of 84 billion, BNB's price would have been at 4,240. So, but because of the high total supply, which is about 147 million, all right, in order for the price of BNB to get to 4,240, it means that the market capitalization will have to times itself by almost close to 8 times more of this. So 84 billion, 810 million times it by 10. Okay, that is a huge volume. So this is how market supply or the coin total supply affects the price. So some of the things you need to check out for most times is what is the total supply of the coin? If the total supply is very big, all right, and they don't have a community or they are not building their projects in terms of, building a strong community and deploying fascinating applications and decentralized applications that will attract users, it is a no-no to those projects. All right. So that is why a project like ASS, which we were looking at earlier, is a big red flag. Okay. A project like ASS, let's go back to ASS. You can see ASS in our first review, they have practically done nothing on their website for more than 4 years, right? And you can imagine the total supply. I couldn't even pronounce the value because this is more than billions. This is more than, this is billions, quadrillion. It's a huge I don't know how to pronounce this. So they have a huge token supply. They have a huge total supply of their token. They've created the token value is excess, okay? And they are not even building their community. They are not showing any sign of deploying any decentralized application on their projects that can attract users. So when is this price going to get to $1? It's going to take like forever. So when you spot all these things, it is a call for you to do what? Think again before you invest a penny. So thank you for taking your time to go through this training. All right. As we proceed, you're going to see more revelations regarding how to make the best investment in the crypto space.